Alright, we're going to start working on the double down. Not start working, we've already started working on it. But we're going to work on it more, on the double down with Mazie. So at this point, it's more of a training exercise. I'm trying to teach her what it means. I'm trying to teach her what I want, and how to do it and how to respond to the e-collar. So then we can go out and start using it, both at home and out places. So, but it's important for her to get pretty good at doing it so she knows what it means and how to do it before we do that. And so we've done this just a couple of times. Yes, sweetheart, I know. And today we're going to make it a little bit harder by doing more motion around her and introducing more distractions and teaching her to kind of hold that position even when we're moving around. But she's honestly still learning even to just put her head down. So we don't want to move too fast. All right, so here we go. Down. Okay, beautiful. She's laying down, but I want to get that double. So I'm going to tap low and say it again. Down. So now I'm going to hold the pressure. Maybe bump it up a couple points. And if she doesn't seem to know what to do, then I'll say down. Down. There we go. So I'm going to stay still for a minute so that she'll hold the position. Because I'm still trying to teach her the pattern of it. The e-collar shuts off when her head's down and it turns back on the second it comes up. But so I want to give her a few seconds to experience head down with no e-collar pressure to make it easier for her to establish that pattern. Pressure on. Down. And shut it off again the second her chin hit the ground. I bumped it up a tiny bit to a 10. I'm not going to turn it up real high. She's not good at this yet. And I don't usually do that anyway, unless it's what I need to just get through. But I don't really punish non-compliance for this. Even once she's good at it, I'll just put her back if she lifts her head up too soon. But I mean, it's not like blowing off a recall or breaking a down where at some point you got to knock their socks off for it, right? To make sure that they are safe and compliant in all situations. This is more of just an exercise and really cementing that behavior. Put the head down when you feel pressure. Put the head down when you feel pressure. If you lift it up too soon, I'm going to ask you to put it back down again. So I'm going to start walking around. So pressure on. Down. Down. You see she's got a little bit of a shake on. It's not because she's in pain or she's terrified. It's because she's Mazie. So she's an anxious girl. Also can be a little excitable, right? She's a lab, so of course. And so she's got a lot of adrenaline and stuff coursing through her body right now. And so that's really common. And right now, if I released her, she would just hop up and be like a totally happy-go-lucky girl. Like, there's nothing wrong with her right now. It's just hard. That's all. this is really good. I'm going to sit on the couch. Very, very good. So right now, right, even my inclination is to like pet her on the head and tell her she's good and all this stuff, but all that's going to do is make it harder for her and drive her up, and that's the complete opposite of the idea behind the exercise. So, whole idea behind the exercise is shut things off, keep a low profile, mellow out even when it's really, really hard and counterintuitive. Like, even when you're in a situation where you would normally be up and moving around and checking things out, and I want you to do this and exhale instead. If it's a situation that makes you anxious and whiny and pacing, I want you to do this instead. So I'm not going to touch her. I'm not going to talk excitedly to her. I'm going to just let her be. So the human has a really hard time with that a lot of times. It's like, a lot of times, it's like if your dog is doing the right thing, sometimes the best thing you can do for them is just let them be. So that contentedness of just being, that's great. People feel like we have to add all kinds of goodies and all kinds of love and excitement and food and petting. You don't. You really don't. I'm not saying those things are always bad, but sometimes they are. Sometimes they're counterproductive, and they really just aren't necessary all the time. So we tend to bombard our dogs with that stuff and really just muddy the waters of what we want. It's like, if we just want calmness and stillness and like mental stability, you've got it. So just let it be. I think she's starting to fall asleep. So she's doing wonderful. She picks up on things really fast. All right, let's go, girl. Come on. Yeah, good girl.